Alright guys, so let's talk about PUBG. So I know right now it's really popular to jump on the PUBG is dead bandwagon. There are bots in PUBG PC. How on earth did we get here? Rather than focus on the negativity of my favorite game of the last 5 years or so, being in the state that it is in, I would like to instead talk about how we get back to where it used to be. How do we fix PUBG? And I think that there is one answer, one solution, one thing that Bluehole and PUBG Corp absolutely have to be considering. They're not stupid. I mean, the bots are stupid, but they're not stupid. And that is, of course, going free to play. I think free to play is the only possible way to keep this game relevant, to keep the player base where it needs to be, to keep it going. And I think that it is totally doable. There's just a couple of things they have to shore up first, and then let's go free to play. Look at what Warzone, Fortnite, Apex, look at what they're doing. Those games are not struggling. Those games are all doing really well. No one talks about those games dying. The only one recently that has had any real issues was Warzone because of hacking. So let's talk about Warzone and hacking and what they did and why they're no longer struggling. So early on I played some Warzone and I kept getting killed by people who very clearly had wall hacks. I could watch them looking at people through walls and then anticipating them rounding a corner. They were very obviously cheating. So I stopped playing for a while. I see some news stories that Activision is implementing some really aggressive hardware bans and two-factor authentication over SMS, and voila, the hacking problem is not totally solved, but it is wildly improved from where it was 3 months ago. We have a template here to make this work. I'm not saying that Bluehole will ever be able to end the hacking problem, because that's not a PUBG problem, it's a gaming problem, it's a humanity problem. People just they suck. But they can definitely do a lot better than they have been doing. They've already enabled two-factor authentication. In fact, they've got a post where they go over some of their changes, and a lot of these ideas are good ones. They're doing the right things, or at least they're saying that they are. But we have to keep going. We have to be aggressive. And I know that now, people have called for region locking and things like that because a lot of these hackers are in China. Well, the reason they can't do that is because that would cut their user base even further. You'd never be able to find a match in North America without people VPNing from China. It's sad and it sucks, but if you're free to play, you have to think that problem goes away. Now, going free to play cuts a revenue stream. You don't get money for people buying the game anymore, but we already know how this is supposed to be done because we've seen it already. You monetize through add-ons and content within the game. PUBG already does this. The problem is that their content sucks. Their store is too complicated. The coupon thing needs to go away. It's irritating. They need to do something else. The content in the store is not good. I can't imagine many people are buying it. I don't see people out in the world buying it because it sucks. It's bland. It's boring. I don't think we need to go full-blown, Fortnite crazy rainbow colors, but something fun. Like let's spice up the store a little bit. Can we get content for our favorite streamers back in the store? Maybe start trying to build this community back up. Remember when you could buy Choco Taco stuff in the store, or Dr. Disrespect, or Wacky Jackie, Learn, Danuch? Let's partner with these people again and start building this community back up. Make this an outreach thing. Guys, we know we failed you. We know we've not done well enough, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to double down on hacking. We're going to bring our content creators back into the fold. We're going to partner with them, and we're going free to play so that as many people want to play PUBG as possible, they can play PUBG now. I know it's not a perfect solution, and it's going to make a lot of things more difficult. But if it's done correctly, we've seen that this can work. We've seen that there can be plenty of money to be made through these in-game stores. It's not as if I'm advocating for something that's never been done before. It's being done right now by direct competitors who stole the formula from PUBG. So maybe it's time for PUBG to steal their stuff. Personally, I feel very strongly that this is the only way forward for PUBG to get from where it is now back to where it used to be, a couple of short years ago when it was the absolute king of Twitch, it was the talk of the town, man. It was the biggest game around. If we're going to get back there, free to play is it. And if you're going to go free to play, you've got to solve this hacking problem, at least reduce it. I know you're working in the right direction. Got to keep going, and the store has to stop sucking. The battle pass has to stop sucking. It has to be worth Not just my money, but my time. I'm getting to where when I load up, I don't even look at my dailies half the time because I don't care. I don't care about what you're giving me. There's like a funny emote every now and again, and that's it. I've got a beak on my face. That's pretty funny. But the next thing, down the line that I give two shits about is, 15 levels later. That's not good enough, guys. I would love to hear what you guys think about this in the comments below. What would you like to see PUBG do? How do we get back to where we used to be as the PUBG community? How does PUBG get back on top? Is it even possible? Personally, I think it is because PUBG is unique. Warzone didn't steal PUBG players. PUBG drove its players away because PUBG is not Warzone. Warzone is not PUBG. They're very different games, and you can't convince me of anything different. PUBG can still exist. You've got Apex as this over-the-top, sci-fi-ish kind of thing. Warzone is a fast-paced, not a simulation, more competitive. Fortnite is its own thing, and PUBG can be the realistic simulation-style battle royale. This can work. There's room for us. How do we make it work? Tell me your opinions in the comments below. I would love to hear more, and can we send this idea to Bluehole, somebody, anybody, or are they thinking about this? Are people yelling this at them already? If we're not, we need to start. Let's go. Let's get PUBG back on top. Remember hashtag fix PUBG? Hashtag make PUBG free to play.